Okay. Welcome again once more, everyone, and good evening. And thank you for making the time to be with us this evening. We are going to go through a few things while we wait for um, Dr. Limes as well to join. Um, Today, we are really going to focus on the email situation. Um, and we really need to get everyone up to speed. Everyone who has an email that's not working, we need to fix it. We need to make sure that communication that is done between the system and ourselves is delivered and delivered effectively. So that's going to be one of the key areas of our focus this evening. And we would also just go through some of the things that we are highlighting at this point going into the end of the month. Um, Today, we're supposed to have our mid-month meeting, but we have moved that meeting to tomorrow. And we would share a flyer for the mid-month meeting tomorrow. And um, and we would look at some would go into some level of review and forecast of some of the things that we are working on in the back and how it's going to impact the community going into the future. um, I want to start first of all by just taking everyone through through the page, through the platform, um, because yesterday someone raised an issue to the fact that we keep coming back and repeating the same things. One of what the person did not realize is that um, we have a lot of new people who are joining the meetings every day. So when we repeat some of the things we repeat, it's not just for the sake of it, it's because we know that from time to time we get people who join the meeting for the first time, and we're just trying to make sure that everyone is up to speed and we are not leaving anyone behind. I also want to acknowledge the leaders who are in the house. Um, uh, um, Brother Ellard is in the house, Sister Lumba, Brother Patrick. Brother Servius is busy with some work at the moment, but he will be joining us very soon. I'm not sure whether he will today. Dr. Linus as well is going to be joining this evening. He's just a bit delayed, but we are still going to have a good time as we have always had during the daily briefings. We know that um, we can see from what is happening on the ground, the mobilization around countries and all of that. Um, it's amazing. Um, you know, Yesterday in the meeting, we were talking about country structures, and today I received a list from a country I didn't even mention, completely set up. How amazing is that? You know, like we were talking yesterday and just talking about the country structures, talking about some of the countries that are already set up. And then I woke up this morning and one of the leaders sent me a list completely set up with leaders right around the country. and that is Burundi. How amazing is that? When we see things like that, it really, really motivates us. It makes us not to sleep. We know that there are people all over this continent and in the diaspora that are looking forward to what this collaboration and this movement has to offer. You know, quite frankly, when the leader had told me that they are already busy doing their own setup in their country, in that country, I thought they were still looking at mapping it out and all of that. But to my greatest surprise, I received this list today, fully set up. All the leaders fully registered, have their SWIFT ID, everything. Every province covered. You know, some of the countries where we have a structure already set up, they don't even have all. You know, it's not all the provinces that are covered, but the guys in Burundi have it all covered. Now they are building the agent network around the leader, the provincial leaders that they have in the country. And as time goes on, we'll start bringing some of these leaders onto the forum to share their experiences on the ground for the benefit of all the other countries that are being set up, so that every one of us will be aligned, you know, in the different countries where we are, and supporting the members and giving everyone the possibility to access this new age of digital financial services. And quite frankly, as I was, you know, this afternoon, we had a training with the Senegal, leaders, and I was, you know, because of a question one of the people asked, I was forced to go into a little bit of, um, I don't know what I would say. It's a little bit of a philosophical statement, but the point I was making there is that a lot of us only came into this economic and financial system we find ourselves in right now. We have no clue how they started, why it was conceived, how it was conceived, but the effects of it, we feel it, right? And if we feel it, and we know the effect of it, and we have a solution that can start making a difference in our communities, then it becomes our responsibility to take up the challenge. And that is what we are all doing here. We are taking up the challenge, we are taking up the responsibility to say we are in an era we are actually very lucky to find ourselves in the middle of a transition in the world's economy. And we will have no excuse to say that we didn't make ourselves full participants of this economic and digital and financial transition that the world is undergoing at the moment. And quite frankly, when you look around the world, even the most sophisticated financial systems and financiers and financial operators around the world, they still have they actually have no clue where this transition is going to take us. But as Africans, we have a heritage, we have a legacy which we have to uphold, so that we hand something which is credible, something which is beneficial for the next generation. And that's why we are here. So really and truly, we greatly appreciate the effort that is put by everyone who is a member of this community. Even just to help one person in your community, you've made a difference. Let's carry on with the work, and I see Dr. Linus has also just joined us. Let's carry on with the work, and let's keep the movement going, and we would have a great story to tell in a few months, in a few years' time. We would look back at this time when we are busy building and putting these structures in place and putting the technologies in place and having issues. We would look back at this era with great admiration for the courage that each and every one of us has shown through this time. You know, welcome, Dr. Linus. I'm sure you're on mute.
All right. Okay. Super. Thank you very much. I've had weird technical issues for a great part of this afternoon, hence joining very late. Thank you very much, and I'd like to welcome everybody to the session. I was listening through, Brother Mbi, as you spoke. I joined quite a few minutes ago, and I listened through as you spoke about our responsibility and the great work that people are doing in all parts of the community, coming up with the country structures in order to assist with the delivery. And I think that goes to emphasize just how strong a movement this is, and not just any movement, but a very collective movement indeed. So it is our responsibility, each one of us. That's what I gathered from what Brother Mbi was saying, and that we have an opportunity now to make a difference. We have an opportunity to help each other to make a difference. And let's remember that it is often not enough to just do good. It is also a very good thing to make sure that you don't stay quiet when others are doing what could potentially be detrimental to the community. By that, I mean that I think many of us around this, this forum, many of us in this community, either have been impacted by a number of things which have gone on for a long time. In fact, for the majority of us, since we've been born. And one of those things is we all know people who don't have a way to participate in a new digital economy. We all know people who are either in our households or our neighboring cities or towns, neighboring villages, towns or cities who don't have access to financial services. The numbers speak for themselves. In some countries, more than 90% of the people are excluded. And these people are excluded not because of anything that they have done, but because either they happen to be born in a village where the financial institutions have decided that they are not going to go and set up shop there, and therefore they don't have access, or for other reasons.
Please go ahead. I've muted him. Abubakar, can you? Okay, I've muted him again. Please go ahead, Dr. Linus.
He's muted.
All right. Sorry, thank you. I was muted. I didn't realize that. So, or what I was saying is, these people they're not going through that because of anything they have done, but they could be going through it because of a kind of legacy that they have been born into. And the question is, you may be born in a particular place, but are you forced to live there and bear all the consequences of being born in that place? Can you move? Can you look around and change your environment? Can you make a difference? Can you live or aspire to live a better life and then create the opportunity for others behind you to aspire to do the same? And can you equip them better than you were equipped when you started your own journey, so that they don't have to go through as much struggle as you did in your own time? Sometimes when I talk to my kids, I just point to the light bulb. I say, you see the light bulb? Somebody came up with it. And when they made it, in fact, history has it that it was after thousands and thousands of experiments. And then one of the next experiment, the 1001 experiment, was the one that yielded the light bulb. Just because it was a struggle to get there doesn't mean the journey is not worth it. Just because it's a struggle to get there doesn't mean we should not make the sacrifices to change it. Just because it's tough and difficult right now doesn't mean you should not aspire to live your dreams, just like you can see others living it. Just because 80% or 95% of our people have been excluded from accessing financial services doesn't mean we should not strive to change that. The responsibility to change that is ours. And when you realize that and look around and you see for yourself that, in fact, if you don't rise up to that responsibility and you don't do anything about it, then perhaps change will not just come on its own. That's why those words that Brother B uttered as I listened in, I mean, they echoed with me and they resonate with all of us. That sense of duty, that sense of responsibility to change the narrative so that even if we don't get a chance to tell a different story, others that come behind us will have a chance to know that it is worth aspiring to make their own history a different one. So that's why we are gathered, and that's why we will not stop to make sure that we're doing every little that we can, every time, every day, to see that we can move on as a community from one place to the next. And those two key challenges that we believe we need to focus on as this community to address are, one, to drive access into every household, in every corner, so that this whole idea of financial exclusion that has been a thorn in the lives of millions of people, not just within continental Africa, but around the world, that can be a thing of the past, so that we can all look back and say, but we did it together. We created a community that strived for everyone to be included. And we did it. And we have kept that movement strong and going. That's why we have to sacrifice whatever it takes, where we stand, to make sure that we can make the difference where we are. The other one is to ensure that not just getting the community together, but that we open up the opportunities for people to exchange value. And it is through exchanging value that you can trade what you have. It is through exchanging value that you can have what you need. It is through exchanging value that you actually get what you want to get from somebody else who might be looking for something else that you have to exchange in return. So we must never look too far outside of ourselves and outside of this community to say, what do I have that I am ready now to start exchanging for Lumi with other people in my community? What do I have? Used items that are lying around in my house that I don't need anymore, that somebody else might need? That's an idea. Food that I have grown, I have enough for my family to eat, and other people are lacking. That's an idea. An opportunity to sell something for part fiat and part Lumi, so that I get the opportunities to start giving people that experience of accessing the services that I am part of producing, part funded in fiat, part funded in Lumi. So there is a lot that we can all do. Getting on this movement and joining the movement is part of the story, part of the narrative, but empowering each other to participate in that movement, to take part in creating value, exchanging value, and consuming what other people have created within the community. That is real participation in the movement. And so, sorry, I spoke too much, but I was caught by that very moving introductory words from Brother Mbi. And I'm sure we can all relate to this, where we are. And we can all take that passion and share with others around us, because that's why this is so important. That's why we need to make the difference. That's why we need to change that narrative now, while we can. Let's not worry about getting to the end. Others will continue where we stopped. Others will continue where we stopped. But we need to show the way. We need to build the foundation that they can count on to make it better for others. So on that note, that's why we are gathered as a community, as a people, to make a difference, drive access, and ensure that there is a single instrument of exchange that is accessible to all members of the community like no other, like never before. And let's just keep going. Let's keep marching forward. It may be slow, it will be painful, but let's keep going. All right. So, Brother Mbi, today, what I like I said, I've had great difficulty connecting. I'm glad I'm here. And sorry if I spoke a little more than usual today.
No. It's necessary. The reason why I went on that rant is, I don't know if you heard. In fact, you and I today, we was only about going from one meeting to the next. We didn't even engage. And I was just sharing to the community that just after our meeting yesterday, and I woke up this morning to something that just confirmed why we are doing this. I got a list from a country that we did not even mention in the meeting yesterday, fully set up. Burundi, fully set up. Provincial leaders, all fully registered and everything. And just looking at that, it reminds us of our responsibility, every single one of us. It reminds us of our responsibility. So today, as we had planned, we are going to keep it really, really short and focused. We are going to focus on the emails. That is something which is a pain for everyone in the community, and we need to start reducing that pain point. And I was saying earlier, probably before you got in, I don't know whether you heard, I was saying that if anyone has an email which it's not, they are not getting transactional communication on, we urge them to get the Swift email, because it makes it a lot easier for everyone. So today, really,
Brother Mbi, sorry to interject you. As a reminder, my apologies for the interjection.
That's
as
fine.
A reminder, you did indicate to Brother Admire yesterday that you will be starting whatever you wanted to share today. Because
Absolutely.
I've observed because since we came in, he has had his hand up. I think it's the age.
I noticed.
Yeah.
I noticed, because he, we had him at the nick of time, and he had he wanted to share something with us, and but we had it at him at the nick of time, and we had said he is going to be the first person to share what he wanted to share yesterday, so that everyone can hear. So, Brother Admire, I acknowledge you. I've seen your hand, and you are going to share what you wanted to share. I just want us, first of all, Dr. Linus, to go into the email and let's just share with the community. I started yesterday. Let's just share with the community some of the challenges that we are facing and how we are going to start resolving those challenges in terms of the email structures going forward.
Okay.
Yes. And then as soon as we finish the email, Brother Admire, you would be the one coming on the floor. You would share with us what you wanted to share with us yesterday.
Okay, very good. Thank you so much, Brother Mb. What we are about to share may surprise many of you. In fact, it may shock many of you. But nonetheless, it is important. It is something that, if it goes unaddressed, it could be the dark cloud that sits in the background and causing us a lot of problems without, in fact, us realizing that it is. Because what we are going to show you is based on actual life data that is coming through. It's a much more interesting challenge than many of you may be aware of. So let's dig straight into it. I'm going to share my screen, Brother Mb, and what I will do is just make this window here bigger. That window is the email inbox. As you can see, if you can see from the top right, we have an email address that is responsible for handling messages and communication on each of our vital tools that we have as part of the community. And we will just keep adding those as time goes on. So for example, for Connect, this box is what would be responsible for ensuring that an email that is supposed to be sent out from Connect is sent out. That box is the one that will receive a response to tell us about any problems involved in delivering that message. And so we have that for Connect. We have that for Account. We have that for Exchange. Remember, Exchange is still in the background. It's not a priority right now, but at some point we will go back to it and look at it, but it's still in the background. And whilst it's in the background and still live, please don't go there and register. Let nobody go there, because we've actually put that on a back burner for some very important reasons, and we will come back to it. And then we have Transact. So if we take a look at first, I've just done this by various windows. So that window is looking at Connect. That window is looking at Account. That window is looking at Exchange. That window is looking at Transact messages. Okay, so let's have a look. What does this mean? What does this tell us? If we go here, for example, let me see if I can just open that. I'm not sure whether it's actually showing everything, but let me just zoom into one of them. Okay, let's focus on this one, for example. Here, if I open this message, you'd see what it says. I'm just going to make the screen bigger so we can all see what it says. And by the way, there are thousands of these messages that are coming in every second, every minute. This one says that the email account that you tried to reach does not exist. Now, what does that mean? It means that no matter how many times we try to send a message to that mailbox, that message will never be received, because the destination to which we are trying to send the message actually does not exist. It's a bit like writing a letter and putting an address on the letter, on the envelope, that doesn't exist. That letter, no matter how many times it goes around the world from postman to postman, it will never be delivered because there is no place for it to end up. Okay? It's a bit like getting off on a journey and you say you're going to visit your friend and your friend gives you an address that you can never find. So no matter how much you drive around, you will never find that address because it doesn't exist. You will never visit your friend. But I mean, these are the messages that are coming back. Here's another one, host or domain not found. And look at the email address that has been provided here. Of course, this one looks like a genuine mistake where somebody said that is the email address, and then it is at Gmail. Instead of saying .com, they've actually said .c0m. Now, C0M is not COM. So therefore, that domain doesn't exist. Our system will never be able to find it. There are thousands of these messages that are streaming in every minute. And every time you hear that sound in the background, it's another one. Another one. Somebody trying to register either on Connect or account or on Transact and providing an email account that really we will never be able to deliver messages to. Remember how many times we have gathered around these daily sessions and we have taken the request from members to have their password reset. That means if we reset that password and try to, the system tries to send it, that password will never be delivered because the inbox doesn't exist. Here's another example, and we can look at these over and over. You can see that here, this one is saying host Gmail, this is Google. And it is saying that, that the email account that you are trying to reach does not exist. Okay.
Dr. Linus?
Yes.
Doctor, would you allow me to share something that I know about that?
Please, please.
Yeah. It looks like the system is under attack with what is called DOS. I'm into IT and into security.
Yes.
I don't know if we have security software that is in place to protect our system.
We do. We do.
Which one are we using?
We use a number of tools actually. One of which is Cloudflare, which offers DOS protection and all that. So everybody has to come into Cloudflare first before they reach our systems. And then while when they come into our systems, then there are other protections that are in place. We are aware that people are trying to hack in, that people are trying to disrupt the way that our services are delivered. We are aware. We see the data, we see the attacks. And that's why sometimes we say that if you are trying to access and you can't, just be patient. It may be that part of our defense systems have come up and they are almost fighting you to access, thinking that you are one of those bad guys that are trying to access the system in order to impact it. And for the interest of others, DOS, what is called DOS, what our brother mentioned there, DOS attack, is what is called denial of service attack. DOS stands for denial of service. Okay. Now, that is a way that people that really want to be malicious against you can just sit and not do anything else, but try to send very huge traffic to your system to try and confuse it from regular traffic and stop genuine regular users from being able to access it. That can have a number of impacts. It can just make sure that your system is working very hard, responding to requests that are not genuine requests. And so that when genuine people try to access, they are having problems. We are, my brother, we are aware, and we are fighting those on a daily basis. Those are some of the battles we fight in the background without having to present it to the community. But you are right. And if you have some experience and expertise in doing that, please come in and help us. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, it looks like these are bot attacks of those. They are not people who are sitting in the back. They create bots which send these emails. That's why our system keep on sending and then they don't find it. It's a bot which is generating emails that are flooding. I've been wondering why I can't log in with my proper login details. I've been trying and failing. So it looks like it's a DOS attack whereby they are flooding the system with emails. And our system is busy and working hard to try to respond to non-existent people, trying to respond to bots. That's why I had to ask about the software that we are using in trying to protect our system from such attacks.
Okay.
That is very, very you know, these are some of the things that we don't bring to the community. But I am very grateful that we have someone in the community. This is exactly what I wanted to talk about, Dr. Linus. I'm very grateful that we have someone in the community at least who understands some of the things. So over the last 2 months and a half, we've been fighting what Dr. Linus has just presented, has just put up now, right? What happened is that we got an attack, and that attack basically blacklisted our platform across all the blacklisting platforms. So there was a period for about 1 weekend or so, I can't remember, it's about a month and a half, 2 months ago, when no messages were going through. And that was the attack we got. And we had to battle day and night to get it cleared across these services that you can see here, where you see, okay. The last one actually just cleared, I think 2 days ago, after we had to prove that our traffic was genuine traffic. And then we tightened the screws again, you know. So I am really, really glad that we have someone in the community who actually understands some of these battles. And these are not things that we will bring to share in the community, but because our brother has raised it, it's actually necessary for us to share it. So you guys understand that this is not just having a platform and everybody's just connecting and everything just works. There are people who are completely against what we are doing, and they are doing everything in their power to make sure that it doesn't work. But we are also up to it. And we, as we keep saying in this community, anyone who has technical skills in security, like our brother Admire, who is in here, in integrations, in development, anyone who has those kind of skills, please reach out to us, because the work is there. But we need our people to be involved in it, rather than taking it to other third parties who have no interest in what we are doing. It's better we keep it, amongst ourselves in the community. So thank you so much for that that intervention.
So, Brother Admire, as you can see from the screen, these are all the spam-related blacklists all over the internet. Okay, our systems have been tightened up so strongly that they will not, even though we send out thousands and thousands of messages every day, our systems will not be picked up by any of these spam listings, because there are certificates that have been issued. There is encrypted information that is being exchanged between our servers and all the destination sources for message deliveries. These are things that are actually just in the background and people are not aware of it. But that gives you and shows that we have a clean bill of lading. But what you are saying is true. And I will take the opportunity to share if I can, I may not be able to get to it, but if I can, I could share perhaps another window, an insight, and that might give you an indication of some of the things that Brother Admire was talking about. So if we take a look at our dashboards, for example, we have two areas where we actually take on this fight, not in a light-hearted way, but in a serious way. When that page loads, you will see that in fact we have stopped thousands and thousands of attempted attacks, and this is an ongoing thing which we are not sleeping on. We are not relenting at all. So let's see, if we look at security for here, for example, you can look at the threats in the previous 30 days. Let's see, previous 30 days. So that looks clean because you know, we are aware of these things and we are fighting them. Our traffic is saved in an encrypted manner. Okay, so you can see that a lot of the traffic goes through in an encrypted fashion, and all that. But again, these are things that perhaps we don't want to bore people with and come and present to the community. But perhaps I thought I mentioned this. So we are monitoring this and watching it every minute, every day, every second. Okay. Now the issue that we've highlighted is a real one. And how do we know it's a real one? Because when somebody actually signs up and provides the correct email address, our system delivers that email. So we know that partly this is a problem that is created by the fact that people are trying to actually create accounts and they are providing email addresses that really are not correct or don't exist. That's why we encourage people to use one of our own inbox messages in order to for us to solve this problem. And whereas you can stop somebody from accessing the service if they don't have a valid email, you can't stop them from trying to register with an incorrect email, because when they try and register, it is only at that point that the system then tries to send a message to the email address that is provided. So that's where we are, and that's why it's such an interesting issue that we need to address as a community, but also collectively, so that we can assist those people that are truly having difficulties in accessing, right? Any other points, contributions to that effect from any member of the community?
Hello.
Yes, hello.
Good morning or good evening.
Yes,
people.
good evening.
Please, my name is Abubakar.
Yes,
from
Abubakar.
Nigeria.
Hi.
So I bought my mailbox since last month. So I wrote the ticket for creating my mailbox account.
Yes.
So one of our Lumi official responded, called Patrick. He told me I should attend the meeting so that to resolve my issue live. So I didn't get enough time since that very time. So
Okay.
now I just joined the meeting for me to get that help.
Okay, very good. Thank you so much. And Abubakar, sorry if there's been a delay in activating that. That's right. Let's resolve that right away, right now. Okay. Do you have access to a computer where you can log into that mailbox right away?
Yeah. I use my Gmail account to log into my sweeping account and all of that. So I just want to change that email into sweeping mailbox for the security purpose. That is why I bought that mailbox for me to activate my account.
Very good. So let's do that right now.
All right, sir.
Let's do that live. and we will try and address these issues.
Thank you, sir.
Go on. Yes. Sorry about the delay. The first thing I need to do is just take your first name. The convention that we are using is first name dot last name at inbox.swiffen.com. Okay.
I have seen it already since I bought that since I have bought that mail bundle. I have seen the example, so I just want to get that help for me to create that email account for me for the security purpose.
Okay, very good. So it's abubakar.ahmed.
Yeah.
That?
Yeah. Abubakar.ahmed. Sweeping mailbox. Is that sweepingmailbox.com?
Yes, that at inbox.
Yeah. Okay. My name is Abubakar Ahmad. So
yes, so the first part of that email address would be abubakar.ahmad.
Yes, sir. Yes.
And the full email address is at inbox.swiffen.com.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, for the interest of just giving you access very quickly, I'm going to set the password to 123456, and we're going to. I'm going to set.
So where are you going to send the password?
No, look, just give me one. Just give me 1 second.
All right.
Okay, so are you able to share your screen?
No, I can't because there is no light where I am now.
Okay, that's fine. So, do you mind if I demonstrate to everyone how you can log into your mailbox, and then you can obviously change the password in your time?
So if you can direct me so that I can do that.
Okay, so, this is what you do. You go to, I'm going to share my screen again.
So Dr. Linus, maybe just share your screen and go on to connect and go on to mail and show him where he would access.
Okay, very good.
Yes, and then we can give him guidance from there.
Okay, so when you get into Connect, you will get a menu. You see mailbox on the top.
Yeah, sir.
From mailbox, you need to click on log into mailbox.
Log into mailbox, okay.
Yes. When you click on log into mailbox, it'll come up with this window because I'm already logged in. That's why it's giving me this. But if I log out,
okay,
then you'll get this screen where you now have to enter your username. And in your case, your username would be
Abubakar.ahmad, as you said last time. Ahmad.
Swiffen.mailbox. That's your username. Okay.
All right, sir.
And then you would enter your password. For now, just enter. Are you able to log in right now?
Yeah, log in, sir, so that you can. I can ask you the password last time, but don't tell me the password in front of me. You know the security reasons.
Yeah, of course. What you could do is let me. I mean, if you want to text a string on chat directly to me on what I should set it to, then I will set it to that so you can log in and change it.
I can do it now.
All right. Okay, and then leave this code blank because this code is a two-factor verification code. Leave it blank when you log in. Just click sign in.
Let me see.
All right. So leave this code here blank. That is a two-factor authenticator, which you need to activate once you log in. Just leave it blank and then enter your email address, your password, and then you sign in. Click sign in. Okay. In my case.
All right, sir. So I have talked to you on chat so that you can send me the password.
Okay, very good. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen and I will respond to your chat.
All right,
anybody else with that issue? Now, once Abubakar is connected and he's able to log into his mailbox, if he makes any requests, password reset or whatever, it will be delivered.
What we will need to do now is to go into Abubakar's account and change the email
Yes.
that he has on the system.
Yeah, I'm
So he
putting this
said he had
mailbox
put
again.
his Gmail. So what we will need to do then would be to go to Connect, change his, switch his email, the email address he has there, account, and transact.
Yeah, exactly. No, you know, excuse me, sir.
Yes.
On Transact, I have registered registered Transact account with that Gmail, and I have submitted my KYC, but it's yet to approve since last 3 weeks now. So can I can I change can I get that change for the mailbox in both Sweeping Connect and that Transact one? So I need only one email, this one you created for me, to be as my email for the Sweeping account.
Very good. So we can do that. So
Thank you.
that's your email address. I've just posted the email address to you and also your password.
All right.
So just access it the way that I've shown on the screen. And if you provide both your account number by private chat, you
All
can
right.
provide both your 16-digit SWIFT ID and also
All right.
your Transact account number. Then we can go into your SWIFT account and update your email address. Okay.
Okay. What do you mean now? I should provide it now, or when do you?
You can provide it now. We can do it now because we want to fix these problems.
What and what is my Sweeping ID?
Your SWIFT ID and your Transact account number.
All right, sir.
So we can go into your into those accounts and change that email address.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much.
All right. Just try and log in straight away and confirm to the members that you are able to log into your email account.
Yeah, greetings, Dr. Linus. May I have the floor? Is that okay?
Yes, Sister Pauline, good evening.
Yeah, good evening. Is that okay? I just want to ask the moderators. I don't want to just jump in. It's in, is that okay?
Who is moderating? Is it Brother B or?
Hello?
I'm not, yeah,
Brother
I'm not
B, is
sure.
that okay?
Yeah, well,
It was Sister Lumba.
Pauline.
I think it was Sister Lumba.
Yes, Sister Lumba. Sister Pauline, you wanted to share something related to emails?
Yes, I did. I wanted to ask a question from Dr. Linus's demonstration just now.
Yes.
All right.
There was a number
Sister
of...
Lumba, is she there or she's been kicked out? Oh, she's here.
I'm
You're
here,
on
I'm
mute.
here.
Yeah.
Please go ahead. Right, thank you. In referring to the demonstration that you've just given for the non-existent or the incorrect email addresses that's been popping up all the time for one reason or another, people using 0 or whatever they're using instead of an O. Does the help desk have access to that so that when a client comes and says to us, oh, but I did my email and I did it, that we on the support desk can go back in and have a look and say, this is your reason why you have not been receiving those emails in which you're stating that you should get?
Yes, I believe the support team has access to check that vital detail on customers' accounts. Yes, they have access to check the email to make sure that the email, of course, they can't confirm that the email is correct, but they can see that. They can see the email.
And then we can go back to the client and says, no, you've actually created an incorrect emails, and they're going to have to go through and register the whole thing all over again with a correct email address.
What we're going to do is provide the ability for the support team members to be able to make that change for the customer. So they don't even have to come to us. They can just address it.
Okay, lovely. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. Okay, over to you again, Sister Lumba. We can carry on while our brother Abubakar tries to log in to access his account, and then while we make the changes in the background.
The next person is Stephanie. Stephanie Macmillan Silano, are you there? Okay, Stephanie doesn't seem to be responding. Then there's Fida King. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it.
Yes,
Fida King.
yes, it is.
Okay.
My problem is getting my Swiffin ID. I have completed the instructions that I had gotten, and the email that I have registered is like it's telling me that that email doesn't exist. I put in maybe another 2 email addresses, and still I can't get the Swiffin, my Swiffin ID.
Okay. Is there a member of the support team that can take on that one and try to address it?
Okay, thank you, sir. My sister, please, may you please repeat what you said? What happened when you tried to register for a Swiffin account?
No, I got through with the Swiffin account. I did everything, but
Okay,
when I tried to do to get the ID, the Swiffin ID number,
okay.
I'm not getting through at all, and I think I've tried about 3 different email addresses.
Okay, the thing is, when you submit your registration for a Swiffin account, the moment you submit your registration, you are supposed to receive a verification email. Did you check for a verification email in the mailbox for the email address you registered with?
I think I have tried it. I think I've tried it.
Okay, which means you are not sure. So now let me explain to you the procedure so that you can go back and recheck, because probably the verification email is sitting in your mailbox. Like I said, when you submit your registration for a Swiffin account, immediately the system will send a verification, a validation email to the mailbox of the email address that you registered with. What you need to do is to go into that mailbox. If you don't find it in the primary, you can also check in the spam or the promotions folders if it's a Gmail, or similar folders for other email addresses. You should find a verification email. That is the first indication that you have successfully registered.
Yes, I have done that, brother Patrick. That's
Okay.
who you are. And then when I click and it takes me to something else, asking me for the Swiffin ID. But that's what
Okay.
Maybe brother Patrick, maybe what we can do, she can just share with us the name she used to open the account, and we use that to check to see if there is an
Can
ID
you give
already
us
or
the
not.
full name that you used
Maybe
to register?
she can just put it on the chat, and then you carry on with her while we look at the others, because that we can deal with in the background. I think it's very easy.
Okay, the name is there, the same name that's on the
just type it on the chat. Type it on
Put
the
it in
chat
the
so
chat,
that
maybe directly to me. I will check it on the system.
Okay, thank you. The next person is Nathan Pevega. Nathan Pevega, are you there?
Your mic is closed, Nathan.
Nathan Pevega, go ahead.
Excuse me. Hello.
Is that Nathan?
Hello.
Nathan, can you go ahead with your question? You've muted yourself, Nathan.
it seems the connection for Nathan is not very good.
Okay.
But I
Hello,
can see that
Mr.
his
Linus.
friends.
Hello,
Okay.
Mr. Linus.
Yes.
Abubakar,
Yes, sir. Hello, sir.
Yes.
So I have sent you the all the details. So
Yes, the one on account has been updated already with your new email address. The question
okay,
I want
so
you to be
I
able
have
to say, have you been able to log in into your inbox?
yeah. I can log it. I can log it successfully, inshallah.
All right. Okay. Very good. So right now, if Abubakar were to request a password reset or whatever, that will be delivered. And I am going to send you a test email, Abubakar,
Okay.
once I have completed the change to your Transact account. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you,
Just
sir.
keep an eye out in your mail.
You say, sir? You say?
Just watch your inbox. I will send you a test message.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your help.
Brother Mbi, if I may give a feedback on the issue for our sister there.
Go ahead.
Okay, your name is Theda King, ne?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Now I have just checked on the system. Exactly as you said, you have actually registered 3 Swifin accounts. There are 3 Swifin accounts which you have registered as Theda King. The first one you registered on the 18th of October, you registered again on the 19th of October, and then you registered on the 1st of November. Now,
right, because that's what I'm saying, because I just couldn't get any further, so I keep registering.
Okay, now the thing is, we need to agree which account do you want activated. Do you want the one you registered first, or the second one, or the last one?
The first one, which is
the one you registered on the 10th of
October.
Yes, October, on the 18th.
The first one, Theda306@yahoo.com. That's my primary.
Okay, yeah. I'm going to resend the validation email to that email address. Now, when you see the validation email, click again where it says click here. If you don't get you must get a pop-up message with your Swifin ID or an indication that a second email has been sent to you with your Swifin ID. If that doesn't happen, please try to go back and click again the second time. You should be able to get your Swifin ID. Yes, I'm resending the validation email right now.
Or Brother Patrick, she can also copy the URL and just paste it in the browser. That would definitely work without fail.
Yes.
Okay.
Did you hear what Dr. Lina said?
Could she repeat that?
You can copy the URL. When you see a link in the email, you can just right-click on the link and just copy the link. Okay, copy the link and just paste that link in the URL and hit enter. Okay, that will definitely give you your Swifin ID and trigger a message to be sent to your email address with the same.
Okay, I think now I've realized something, Dr. Linus. When I try to click on resend validation email,
yes,
I get an error message that says an internal error in the application occurred. I've done that twice.
All right. Okay. That's okay. That's fine. Just stay in the background and just try it again in a few minutes. Just give it a few minutes and then try again.
Okay, sure. Thank you.
Now, let's go back to our brother Abubakar. Abubakar, I can see there are 4 Transact accounts that have been created in your name. Are you okay for me to share my screen so we can talk through the accounts and see which one you want to keep and which one you want to delete?
Abubakar, your mic is cut. Yeah, open your mic.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you, sir.
Can I share my screen?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I can see there are 4 transact accounts that you've created.
All right. Very good.
Okay, so
Dr. Linus, we must also bear in mind that it could be what Brother Elad was talking about the other day. We could also have multiple Abubakar Ahmad. So, but when you show it or put it on the screen, I am sure he will be able to identify which one is his.
All right, okay, that's a very good point because people have the same names. All right, there we go. So there is a very good possibility that there are many Abubakar Ahmeds. Which one of these did you create?
The one I create is
Which one of these email addresses is yours?
The second to the last one.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay, so the email address there needs to be Abubakar Ahmed.
Yeah.
At inbox, not mailbox, okay?
At inbox.
At inbox.swiffen.com. So we will update that for you.
All right, thank you.
We will update that for you, okay? And
thank you.
What I can suggest is, why don't you go into your profile and change it, because there is also some missing information, such as address.
Thank you.
And postal zip code, okay? So you need to log in and update your profile and also put your profile picture. Do you know how to do that?
Yeah. In which account? The Swooping or Transact? Which one should I update?
Transact.
Yes, yeah. I can edit it now.
Okay, please go ahead. And yeah, we will see how we can update this email address for you so that it is correct as Abubakar Ahmed at inbox.swiffen.com. Okay.
All right, sir. Thank you very much.
All right, I'm going to stop sharing my screen. Let's move on to the next question, and we'll try and make that change in the background.
Dr. Linus, can I just say, in regard to that gentleman,
yes,
there was four of them, okay, and he had mentioned previously that he had an account previously, and it wasn't getting the mails. That's why he decided to have a Gmail. So one of those other 3 accounts could still be his. One of them or 2 of them could still be his. Does that mean that it stays on the system, or can they be deleted? And that's a question that I would need to ask him.
That's a very good point, Sister Pauline. Very good point. Abubakar, over to you. Can you please respond to that?
You say, sir?
One of these accounts still belongs to you, we think.
Hello?
These accounts, do any of these other accounts also belong to you? Do you recognize them?
The one that you offer email is my own. The 62, I know the number, is my brother.
Oh, this one here is your brother.
Yeah, this is the one that has is it 62, 60? I have seen it. Let me see. Let me quantify.
Yeah, but why would you have an email in your brother's name if it's not your account? And that's what causes a problem for us on the support team.
Yeah.
I have my brother, and we normally use that name Balarabe, the Gmail. It's almost the same, but the number is different.
Okay, let's focus on the name. Let's focus on the name here. The name on the account is the same.
Dr. Linus, can you bring it up again? Can you bring that up again so we can see that screen?
Yes.
Because these are issues that we have on the support team.
All right. Let me see the screen. I can resolve it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Very good. I'm sharing. Okay, can everybody see that?
Yeah, yes. I'm seeing.
So Abubakar, if we focus on the name, There are 4 accounts here of exactly the same name. Now, we know that some people have the same names, but you say that this particular one is your brother.
It's my brother one. It's my brother one. Yeah, 0062.
So do you have the same name with your brother?
No, his name is Ahmad. Ahmad. Me, I'm Abubakar Ahmad.
Right. So why is it like the name is the same? That causes confusion.
So why
So I was the one who registered. I'm agent. So I don't know, maybe I made a mistake. Oh, my phone maybe used to save the name when I'm going to put it at time when I'm going to register in the person maybe. So my phone normally save the name. When I put the name, so it can save at times when I need to paste it so that it can go like that.
Is your brother on the call?
You say?
Is your brother online now with you? Is your brother there with you?
We are not together. I'm in Kaduna now, so I'm working in one company like that. So we are different. We are different town now. Maybe he will come back last week. Since I'm visiting the Zoom one day, one time, so that I can introduce him, so that he can resolve the issue.
Okay, so that needs to be changed.
Right, but because I just want to explain to other people on the platform that do the same thing. The issue now, if his brother had come to us with a query, I would have to do a lot more further investigations because he is using his brother's name is what's on the system, yet he's giving me another name. So it's very, very important that you use your name and your email address.
No, the email address is not the same. If you look at
the email address is not the same, but we have to do investigations.
All right. No problem on that. No problem.
Yeah, and also you said that you had another email. So we understand one belongs to your brother, one is yours that we set up today. The other two email addresses are either of those yours that you created previously?
So you know one thing. The email address you changed for me today is my email address. So that's why I say I want to use one single email address on my account.
Right. So what was your previous email address?
My previous email address is aabalarabe02. The one that
so
the
one at the bottom.
This one.
No. It's 02. The one that you remove and put the sweeping email one.
It hasn't been removed.
Yeah, this one, this 02 is my own.
Okay,
right,
so this account is your own. So we need to delete that one.
Okay, yeah, delete that one and change it with the sweeping mailbox email.
Thank you. That answers my question. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I want that email to be represented with the one you open for me now for the sweeping mailbox.
What about this one, Abubakar?
Which one, sir?
Can you see?
I don't know him actually.
It says Abubakar Ahmad 308. Is that your email address?
No. This is not my own. This does not belong to my own. I have only one account, but I normally used to register people. So that you can check my people, the one that I register under me, so that you can quantify.
And have you uploaded your ID, Abubakar, your KYC information?
Yeah, you can check it. You can check it. I have submitted my KYC.
All right. Can I ask a member of the support team to look at the KYC for that account?
Yeah. You can ask.
Keep an eye on the email. We're going to update that email to abubakar.ahmed@inbox.swiffen.com. Okay?
Yeah, no problem. You can check that so that you can see what I'm trying to tell you.
Please get your brother to join the session tomorrow so that we can make the change to that account. Otherwise, it will be deleted.
My brother we are not in the same town, so he is working we are separate. We are not the same town, so he's working in Kebbi. Me, I'm in Kaduna right now, so we are different places. But he's my brother. I can call him to
get him to upload his KYC information so that the name can be checked against his ID, and then maybe if he posts a ticket suggesting that the name should be updated to match his ID, then it will.
All right. That was no wahala.
Otherwise, the account will be deleted. Yeah.
All right. I will call him so that maybe later or tomorrow morning I will call him and tell him what is going on.
Okay. Very good. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
So how about the KYC? How about the KYC you asked me to update it now?
No, the support team will check. So if you have updated it, then that's fine. Just wait. The support team.
All right. Thank you very much.
Sister Pauline, that was a very good point. Thank you so much for raising that. And I'm sure we have many cases like that. The community needs to be aware that we only need you to provide the relevant information for your own account. Don't provide information that doesn't match your ID that you will submit. That just creates work for everybody, and it's not necessary. That's something we can all work together to improve. Okay, over to you, Sister Lumba.
Please, can you mute your mics if you've already spoken? There's Shady Johnson. Sorry, Shady Johnson.
Good evening, men in the house.
A hotel?
Good evening, Shady.
Brother Patrick.
Hello,
Who is the speaker? I'm talking now. Brother Patrick, I've sent you the private chat you on the issue that I have for you to check my KYC and the other email that I'm talking about. And then too, I want to say that those my names, the one that I have, I told you I have about 3 accounts, that there is only one that I put into my connect and my transact. So I wanted to, but he says I should transfer those Lumi into the one that I actually want to use. So I tried to do the transfer last night. It couldn't go through. So I want thorough education so that I can do that, so I will close that account.
I think what you need to do first, why it's not going through, is that we need to be able to check that those 2 accounts were actually yours in the first place.
They are mine. Shady Johnson and also Shady, all the Shady. Okay, I'm taking the one that's Shady, Chief Shady. That's what I'm taking. So any other Shady is mine, it's me.
So please put that on the ticket. I think what we need to do is to look at the 3. The one you have said we want us to keep, right on the ticket, the one that you want us to keep.
Dr. Linus, sorry, I'm having one problem. If I get into tickets,
did you get what I said?
Yes, I get it. I want to make my complaint. If I get into tickets and I write something, those things are not shared any feedback, I will not respond to it. So I want to know if I'm getting it right. Because this ticket, I don't see where to submit anything. I will write something, I don't see place to submit. I just want to know the area I'm making mistakes so that I will know how to correct it. Because throughout it, I've been writing something into the ticket, but I didn't see the response.
Oh, so you sent something on ticket. Did you submit it?
The submit is where I don't see. That is the area I want and we need education. Please don't help me, Dr. Linus.
Can I help you, Shed? Can I help Shady, Brother B? Okay, unless Dr. Linus wants to. Because he has just asked me to look into his KYC. I remember a few days ago, Shady, I said to you, your KYC is not right.
Yes.
And it seems like you have not even corrected it. Your connect profile link is incorrect. You have actually put your transact referral link on your KYC. That is not your connect profile link. And now on raising a ticket, when you raise a ticket, Shady, make sure you fill in all the details that have red stars on them. If you omit any of those details with a red star, you will not be able to submit. So just make sure from the top, you fill in all the required details where there is red stars. You will find that when you get to the bottom, you will see there is a submit button for you to submit. Thank you.
Okay. So you said this is not, you check it now, South Korea, Abi?
Come again?
I said you check it now after I send you this, you didn't correct.
The KYC is not correct.
Okay.
You put your transact referral link where you are supposed to put your connect profile link.
Okay. So that's why I should go back to connect, isn't it? Or the
You should go back and redo your transact KYC.
okay. Okay. Then what about the other one, the one that the email, the one that I send you the email that I could not be able to register and to connect? That one always, when I try to get back to connect, they will tell me that the email has already been taken. So I'll send the email for you to check whether if the email is in connect so that I will know what the next thing to do so that I will correct that issue for the
My
person.
brother, my brother. Go ahead.
Okay, I think, can I step in here, please? Because we seem to be going a little bit round in circles. So, Shelley Johnson, can you
I can hear
perhaps,
you.
can you send a message directly to Brother Patrick, your contact details, and then he can deal with you directly?
Okay, I will do that. I will do that now. I will send it direct to my contact to Brother Patrick right now.
Hello, I need your help, please.
I will do that right now, sir.
Okay, can you mute your mic now, Shady? We go to the next person. The next person is Ricky Rana. Ricky Rana. Abubakar, can you mute your mic?
Hello and good afternoon to everyone. My name is Ricardo. I call myself Ricky Runner. I don't really have a question, but I just wish to make a few comments as I was in from the start of the presentation. And I observed the gentleman when he was talking about the email and how much emails are bouncing back onto the platform. Now, I basically channel in with Mr. Vernon and the Jamaican team when they're having their presentation. And one thing Mr. Vernon always says to each person is, don't do the sign up for the individual. Let the individual do the sign up on their own device. Just like the gentleman a few minutes ago with his brother using the same name, but the only difference is the email. It's because most devices today do retain your personal information. And even though you may go into your device and change it, it have its own mind of going back and putting back the information. And now when you submit it now you're giving the technical team, the back house team, more work to do. And when they try to explain to you what is the problem, you on the other hand say, no, that's not the problem. So I just want to tell people, if you're going to sign up someone, please don't use your device. Let them use their own device and you walk them through step by step so that they can better understand what they are doing. And by doing that, you are now allowing them to share that training skill with somebody else that they may need assistance in signing up. I also want to mention about people having multiple accounts. Now, I know people have multiple accounts, and a lot of times, just like Mr. Vernon would say, when you have multiple accounts, you have to take the time and write down the information. Don't trust your memory. Don't trust it, because when you think that is what you did, that's not what your finger did. And when you trust your memory and you go back through your memory and you're trying to retrieve whatever information, or you're trying to understand why you're having a problem, support again can help you, because you didn't write down what exactly you do. So you cannot expect them to answer your question or fix your problem effectively. So I just want to point that out, that I find that if you show someone to do something, you're teaching them and they can better understand it than you're doing it, and write things down. Nothing is wrong in writing it down. So thank you very much. Good job to all the facilitators that's on this evening. And I do find that this information that you're sharing with us is very vital, because a lot of time people fail to take the time, to make the time to come on to the presentation. And then what I share with them is only what I gather, because I share what I felt was interested. But if you come on for yourself, then you will pick up what I might have missed out. And if two of us sit down and collaborate, guess what? Now we have understand the entire package. So I encourage you guys to keep doing what you're doing, keep having the meetings, and keep sharing. Thank you very much. And yes, Canada is cold and we are getting some snow this evening, for those who want to know.
Thank you so much, Ricky Rana. Thank you. That was beautiful.
You're on your own with that one. You can keep that. You can keep that snow.
You can keep the snow, really. You're on your own, Ricky. Thank you so much.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, Ricky.
Okay. The next person is Consolata Kariba.
Yes, good evening. Good evening, all.
Good evening, Consolata.
Yes, my name is Consolata Kareba, and I have failed to get the SWIFIN ID.
Okay.
Yes.
Brother Patrick, do you want to step in there?
Dr. Linus,
yes?
I think this is something, and that's why I was sharing what I shared at the beginning, that somebody was getting a bit irritated that we come to the daily briefing and then sometimes we keep repeating the same things.
The same thing.
It's because we get people who come in just for their first time and they actually don't know what to do, and that's why we keep repeating. I think that it's always valuable that we get people who come in who do not know what to do and ask the question, because there's probably some other people in the room who have the same issue. My suggestion to Consolata right now is go on the chat and put your name as it appears on the account, so that one of the colleagues on the background would pick it up and go into the system and check what your SWIFIN ID is. They will send it to you by chat, by direct message to you while we are in the meeting.
Brother Mbi, coincidentally, I actually have that page open so I can take Consolata's name right away and check. Yeah. So is it Consolata Kariba?
Kareba, yes, please. Kareba. Kareba.
Okay, very good. Let me check that straight away for you. Just 1 second. Just give me 1 second. Brother
Thank
Mbi,
you.
Sorry, Sister Lumba, you can carry on.
Thank you, Dr. Linus. The next person is Marcella. Marcella, can you unmute yourself?
And Marcella will be the last person we are taking, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, yes, I'm Marcella, and I did sign up with the SWIFIN Connect, right? I had my ID number, but when I'm trying to fill in the form with the profile, I'm having problem in that aspect of it. I only reach to one part, and then after I can't go any further. And to upload my ID is a problem.
Okay, so you need.
Is that on Transact or Connect?
On Connect, I think, because I'm trying to find my way, no? Yeah.
Okay.
So I've been having that problem for a long time. I've spoken to Peter as well.
So it means that you have not been able to register on Connect. Am I right?
Well, I think I registered on Connect because I have my username, my password, and the ID number. But there's a part that's a profile. So when you try to fill out the profile, it's just going to half of the questionnaire, and then I can't go any further. And even I try to upload my ID, I think there's a part for your ID to upload. I was having a problem with that.
Is that on Is that on Connect or on account?
Maybe I think I don't even know. It could be Swiffin account.
Maybe you're making a mistake. Maybe.
Yeah.
Swiffin Connect.
.com. I think that is the one Peter guided me on. But I did get the ID. That's the most important thing. I have a picture in the beginning. I don't know. Oh my God, I was trying to find the page now. Let me see. I was trying to find the page. I'm on my phone, but
okay.
Are
you able to log into your Swiffin account? You're able to log into your Swiffin account?
Yes, I think so. Swiffin account, I think so, yes, because I logged in a while ago on my phone, which I can see my picture, I can see my ID, my username and password. I have those.
Okay.
But when it comes to like profile, I couldn't get the whole information in. And I'm kind of lost. I should say.
Dr. Linus, I'm sorry.
Can I ask her some questions, please?
I think she needs to go into About. I think that's where she's having a problem.
Yeah, because
in
we're
About
not...
and fill in that last part of it. Profile is there, but she needs to go into About, and then she can fill in the last half. We'll ask the questions that she needs to put in.
Okay, so I need to go into my About. Okay, I'll try and do that, and then tomorrow I'll come back and see if I get it clearer.
All right. As a promise, tomorrow, Marcella, when you come, we would spend a few minutes with your account and just make sure that your issue is sorted out. So do what you can, and then tomorrow come back. Just while I have you, Sister Lumba, if you would permit me, please. And I also notice Sister Pauline wants to say something. Consolata, I could not find your Swiffin ID. So I've entered the name and nothing is coming up. Do you actually have a Swiffin account with a 16-digit number? Or do you not?
Yes, 16, yes. Let me, maybe I can tell you what I got when, just 1 minute.
Okay, so if you can find the 16-digit number, you can send it, you can put it on chat, maybe send it to me directly so that I can just check it. And then we do that in the background without holding
What your else. Number? I don't know how to.
Oh, on chat. Do you have access to chat?
No.
On Zoom here right now.
On Zoom, huh? Yeah. Okay, just 1 minute.
There's chat. Go and look for Dr. Linus. Open the chat, search Dr. Linus, and then you can send a direct message to him with your ID.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, so I think, as I said, Marcella was the last person we were going to take in terms of questions. The rest of the people would deal with the questions that will come up tomorrow. We've actually overshot our time quite extensively. There's supposed to be a training that is starting right now, but we are stuck here. It's still very necessary for us to engage and not leave anybody hanging when we come to the daily briefing. I hope we have exhausted quite considerably. Tijani Yahya and Daniel Ishaya, I'm sorry, we are going to take your questions tomorrow because we already indicated that Marcella was the last before your hands came up. So, Dr. Linus, maybe you go or maybe before you go, just for the leaders in the house, is there anything that you want to raise? Is there anything that we've left out?
Yes, thank you, Brother Me, I just want to let Dr. Linus know that I've been trying again to resend validation email to our sister Tida. The system is still giving an error message. I think our
we are going to take a look at that.
We'll take a look at that immediately.
immediately
Yes.
when we get out of the meeting now. Please, our sister Tida, please make sure you are in the meeting tomorrow so that we can give you feedback directly. And if there's any further guidance, we'll be able to give you during the meeting tomorrow.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, thank you so much for attending this session. Apologies if we haven't gotten around to resolving every challenge, but as it is always the case, we hope that by listening to the way that other people's issues are resolved, you would learn one or two things that you can take away into the community and help educate other people so that we can all have better access. We continue to work hard to improve it, and it will get better. So keep the patience and keep the movement alive, and let's all learn from each other as quickly as we can. Our brother who made the point about security, please reach out to me so that
Admire, please.
Admire, reach out. We need you to come on
we
board.
Need your skills.
Keep
We
looking
need
at
your
some
skills.
of these issues. Okay.
Hello. Actually, I've realized that I didn't manage to get the time. I was supposed to do a small presentation today of something that has been burning, I think, since May.
Right.
But I hope I will get a chance one day. It's about incubation. So
it's about incubation.
Yeah, I've developed a mobile application and I have a prototype that it fits well within the Swiftly Connect. So that's what I've been trying to present.
Share. Okay,
Yeah.
so what we need to do is please send me a direct message on the chat with your WhatsApp. Let's engage in the course of the day tomorrow, and then we'll see how that fits in the broader scheme of what we are doing, and we can share with everyone.
Yes, let's have that meeting tomorrow.
Yes, can you send your WhatsApp number, or let me send my WhatsApp number to you. Let me send it to you. Direct message on the chat. You can pick up the number, and then it's going direct message to you.
On that note, while Brother Mbi is exchanging the details, it's important to add that this is collaboration on a scale that we haven't seen before, and Account actually is very sophisticated. It has a little bit of it has an API. It's not a very complicated API that other developers can actually use to build applications for businesses, for individuals, and just connect in and use the common instrument of exchange. So we are encouraging that. And we need to sort of grow that ecosystem to create opportunities for enterprise across the community. I just wanted to add that. So that's very important. So Admire, thank you. We will follow up and see how we can engage further on what you're doing. On that note, I'd like to bid you all a very good night from wherever you are, and we'll see you again tomorrow. I think in terms of emotional speak and motivational talk, we've done all of that right from the outset. I'm not going to repeat any of that, but we all know why we are here. Make a change.
Dr. Linus, just before we leave, we have been talking about African currencies losing value. And the major news in the last few days is how much the Ghanaian cedi has lost value. In fact, I will see possibly maybe tomorrow I will just play one of the news items that's on, in world news related to how much the Ghanaian cedi has lost value over the last few months and the effect it has on people in the community in Ghana. And it's not just for Ghana, it's affecting every one of us. Every country is facing it. The other day I was showing my daughter a loaf of bread in South Africa in January, it wasn't the same, completely different.
Yeah.
So it's really, even now the slices have become thinner. The size of the bread has become smaller. Even though, so if you have not noticed, even what they're doing these days, the bread still looks almost like as if it's the same size, but it's actually not the same size. We are in serious trouble if we do not take our responsibilities in our hands. So on that note, I bid you all farewell. Thank you all so much. For the leaders, please just join me on the Nigerian training this evening. We are going to be very short. I just want us to talk a little bit about their structure as soon as we leave this meeting. Thank you guys so much, and enjoy the rest of your evening.
Brother, is it on the same link?
Okay, I was going to ask the same question. Thanks.
Is it on the same link?
It's not on the same link, and it's for the Nigerian leaders who are
okay.
Yeah, so we use the Nigerian link. There's a Nigerian link. Anyone who is part of it knows.
Okay, it's all right.
Yes. Okay. Thank you. Have a good night, everyone.
Thank you.
Good night, everyone, and thank you. Good night.
Good night. Good night.
Good night.